Hey, we're going to talk today about the 5 keys to massive lead generation results. You're not going to miss this. We're going to solve your lead generation problems today.
This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profit Show. Each week, we bring you the challenges and triumphs of being in the franchise development and consulting business. The things you need to make money faster. And now your host, one of the most successful franchise developers in North America, Don Shin.
Hey, we're going to talk about one of the age-old challenges. I'm not getting enough leads. And I've joked recently with some folks about this. Well, it's the marketing department to generate leads, not me as the sales guy. And hey, marketing, if you generate me more leads or you generate more quality leads, then I'd be able to sell more. Well, I'm going to show you today some things that you can do yourself. But this is particularly important for any solopreneurs, you coach or you consult from home, you're in the franchise industry. These are going to be things that are going to be really, really important to you as you have your own business. Why sit around and wait for somebody else to do some things that you could do yourself and have a greater impact and personal control over your success? So quickly, I'm going to run through these 5 keys. One of the keys that I think is so important is you must use multiple lead generation strategies at the same time. You're too vulnerable to something happening in the marketplace, something happening if you're acquiring leads, purchasing leads. You're just too vulnerable if you wait on or if you count on just a single source. I see so many people, particularly new people in the franchise consulting space, the franchise brokering space, just using one strategy, just buying leads. And I will tell you that it's just a slippery slope. It's dangerous. And I will tell you what happens, particularly in that scenario, is you bring on a source, you start buying some leads, you get some decent volume, it's working for you for 3 or 4 months, and all of a sudden 1 month just doesn't seem to work. You go, oh, well, maybe that was just kind of a hiccup. And then the second month, still not where it was, not where you want it to be. And so you contact the company. Oh, yes, we're going to try this. We're going to do this. We're going to fix this. It'll be fine. And then you have another month that really just doesn't provide the leads that you want. So what do you do then? Well, what happens is you then go out and you look for another source, and maybe you stop using the one you were using. And so you have no leads coming in, or maybe you keep using those, but it takes you at least a month, maybe 6 weeks to bring on another source. So all of a sudden now you are 4 to 5 to maybe even 6 months with a lack of the volume of leads that you want. So that's just the danger, again, of relying on a single lead generation strategy. So you need multiple strategies in our courses. In fact, we now are launching a 5 keys to massive lead generation results. We're launching a specific video course on this, and we're going to teach you 13 different strategies that you could potentially choose from to run your businesses. Second thing is recognizing when you choose one of those 13 strategies and you put 3 or so strategies in place, when do you need the leads? Now, this is going to sound stupid. I need the leads now, but there are strategies that produce leads short-term, midterm, and long-term. Short-term meaning now, 30 to 60 days. Midterm, probably 90 days or so, 90 plus days, 90 to 6 months, 90 days, 6 months. And then long-term are strategies that will produce in 6 months or more, probably closer to 10 or 12 months. So why do I tell you this? Well, why I tell you this is I see a number of people that will go out there and immediately say, oh, I got to use social media. I got to start posting stuff. And holy cow, that's pretty much a midterm or really a long-term play, a long-term strategy. And a lot of social media stuff is really for credibility and not as much for a direct lead generating strategy. So I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying recognize strategies will deliver leads in at different time frames. And unless you're independently wealthy or you're doing this as you're doing your business as a hobby, you just can't jump onto all long-term lead generating strategies, or candidly you're going to go broke. You're going to go 6 to 9 months to a year before getting a lot of lead flow, and again, you might be out of business at that point. So you want a mix of short term, midterm, long term. If you're just getting into business for yourself, you clearly want to lean toward your short term strategies. Another thing is you have the ability to invest money and time. I see a lot of people that invest a lot of money and they just kind of sit back and hope that works out. Our strategies, what we teach is you need a blend of something that's going to be investing your marketing dollars, your marketing budget, but also you can put time in. There are strategies in our 13 that are time focused. Again, particularly if you're newer in business for yourself, odds are you've got time. And so you want to have this blend. So again, you're not spending a huge marketing budget and putting out all money and again, going broke in 3 to 6 months. Start to pick a blend of strategies that require you to have money and time, or to invest money and time. A fourth thing, in addition to multiple strategies, the time frame for when they're delivered, and money versus time investment. A fourth one is your conversion rates. Each one of the 13 strategies have different conversion rates. I share this so that you recognize if you have if you choose a strategy that requires a lot of leads before you're actually getting in touch with people, and before you're actually potentially close them, you want to recognize that. So you don't want to select strategies that are all high volume of leads and you're churning leads. You'll get really frustrated on it, and it's just not a good thing to select all of that type of strategies. But again, you need them all. That's what's unique about this. You do need strategies that have low conversion rates. For example, in the franchise industry, typically the what's called the portal, or a lot of the purchased lead sources, high volume, a lot of tire kickers, a lot of curiosity seekers. Conversion rate, my conversion rate was like about a half a percent on some of those. Resume boards, today I think LinkedIn is the equivalent of what we used to use in franchises as resume boards, the Monsters, the Career Builders. They're similar. It's not a direct replacement. And I think LinkedIn leads, having strong LinkedIn strategies, is better than the old days of Monster leads and Career Builder leads. But again, those conversion rates were below 1%. Whereas when I was a franchisor, a master franchisee, the best conversion rates we had were from consultants, leads from consultants. Mine historically in my whole career has been about 10 to 15%. In recent years, it was about 25%, 27%. So just recognize high volume, low quality, low conversion rates versus high quality, low volume leads, high conversion rates. Recognize that as you build your plan and as you pull down your individual strategies. And then the last one I wanted to share is simply consistency, proficiency, mastery. A lot of people, I hear this phrase all the time. Oh, you've got to master your marketing, or you've got to master your lead generation. Well, yeah, you do. Okay. But you just don't go from where you are today, new to it or a novice, and jump all the way into mastery. What comes in between there is consistency. When you get consistent at something, you begin to become more proficient at it, and then that's going to lead you to mastering a marketing strategy. And I say this because I can't tell you the number of times I've been in Ask Don sessions, roundtable programs that I've run, or even with my clients, my coaching clients. I've heard them say, well, marketing doesn't work, or what they'll often say is, well, this strategy doesn't work. I tried it, and I dig in there. Well, how long did you do it for? Well, I tried it for a month and it wasn't working, so I got rid of it. Some lead generation strategies, as you're using, bullet one, doing multiple strategies, eventually you want to drop some. It's going to happen and you want to replace it. I think 3 strategies for most people is what you need to become consistent and proficient and master them. But don't drop them right away. Analyze it, look at it. What's going on with it? Try it make some modifications, make some tweaks. Go back and look at it. Don't just drop something in 30 days and say it doesn't work, because it like I said, it just kills me when I hear this from people about certain strategies. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. I did it for a month or two, and yet I can turn around and go to another client of mine, or I know people in the industry that is one of their core 2 or 3 strategies that they have mastered, and it provides the adequate number of leads that they need. So again, wrapping up, 5 keys to massive lead generation results is going to be: use multiple strategies, as you plan and implement, recognize the nature of when those leads get delivered, recognize and use a strategy that takes an investment of both your money as well as your time. Recognize as you're selecting strategies and building your marketing machines and your marketing programs, recognize they have different conversion rates, and be sure you select strategies that will deliver different conversion rates, but you do need them all. What I didn't say earlier is simply that I had my monster career builder, my terrible conversion rate strategy would produce 22 to 24% of my sales, and my best, highest quality, highest conversion rate, lowest volume strategy of leads from consultants also produced 22 to 24% of my sales. And so I needed both of them. Both of them combined were half of all of my sales. I needed them both. So recognize you need them both. Just don't think, well, I'll just go with high conversion rate strategies. It just doesn't work that way. But as you build your plans, as you build your marketing machine, as you select multiple marketing strategies and lead generation strategies to operate, recognize the different conversion rates. And then lastly, as we wrap up here, recognize that you just don't jump from today, a novice, new at something, to mastery, and don't abandon a strategy after a few weeks or a month. Go in, tweak it, give it 60 days, give something 90 days, maybe that you haven't used before. Work toward getting consistent at it. That's going to lead to you becoming proficient, and that's going to lead to you finding 2 or 3 marketing and lead generating strategies that you've now mastered and really produce the kind of results that you want.